Hello, my beautiful souls. We're just doing a quick reading here, checking in on these energies as we're moving through the week. Clear. We are warming up to the full moon in Aries. And from there, we're going to be going right into eclipse season. So it is very intense right now. And I am going to be doing a video on the full moon. I just haven't quite really mapped out the energies yet. So I figured I'd hop in and do a collective reading and just see what messages Spirit has for us as we are moving forward here. A lot of intensity, a lot of empowerment with that Aries energy. I do know that as I've been beginning to look at the chart for the full moon, this is occurring on the 29th. When we're looking in terms of degrees, 29 is an anaretic degree. It is probably the most important degree in the zodiac. So I think it's interesting. It's happening on the 29th. That's the date, not the degree. It is actually occurring at 6 degrees of Aries, which is a Virgo degree. And we also have Chiron at 18 degrees of Aries, which is also a Virgo degree and is sometimes known as the killing degree. It's a pretty intense degree in degree theory. So I think this is going to be interesting. We're all feeling the effects right now of Chiron at retrograde as well in Aries at 18 degrees. Wherever this falls in your chart, you're going to be feeling this most acutely and intently. And I've been playing around with the idea of doing horoscopes. So if you guys are interested in that, just strictly looking at the astrology, let me know, because that's something that I thought might be kind of fun. And so the way that it would work is I would encourage people to look up their rising sign for their horoscope, although some people find their sun sign to be accurate. Most people read horoscopes for their sun sign, but the way that they're done really resonates more with the rising, the way that we kind of figure out the energies. So I definitely always suggest that people look at both. But that's just an idea that I've been toying around with a little bit, something that I thought would be kind of fun. Anyway, moving forward with the reading here and what we were talking about, right? Chiron at 18 degrees. So wherever Chiron is in your chart, there's an intensity of energy right now, especially where Chiron is lately oppositional to Mars. This is really adding some tension. There's some potential for drama and for really heightened emotions and for our wounds to really be coming to the surface and for us to be projecting those onto others or others projecting them onto us. So just be aware of that, and let's tread lightly, take extra care of ourselves, of other people right now. And just really, it's a time to try our best to agree to disagree and to just respect people where they're at and to keep our own side of the street clean and really just look at and get really good at this art of looking at our part in situations and really understanding what's coming up for us and moving through the process of addressing and healing that and trying not to take things personally and to be in observer mode as much as possible. All right, so we have the moon, of course, as the first card out here. But this is the moon in reverse, which is all about gaining mental clarity. So I like that. Releasing fears and anxieties. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, and then we have the King of Cups in reverse. And so what I'm feeling from this here is that, and this goes right in line with what we were just talking about with Chiron's retrograde. I keep wanting to say stationed at 18 degrees, retrograde at 18 degrees of Aries. There's this energy right now where we are really getting a clear picture of where it is that we still have some type of emotional immaturity, where we act immaturely, where our own wounds exist, the emotions that we repress and suppress that are coming to the surface right now, and where it is that that is coming from. Right? Like we're getting a deeper, if we allow ourselves to put our pride to the side, right? To put our anger, righteous or not, to the side. To really delve into this, there's something deep within us that is being revealed and brought to the surface right now so that we can heal it, so that we can look at it, become aware of it, and begin to move past it. Somewhere where we tend to be emotionally manipulative, codependent. For some of us, it's like what's being revealed to us is just the fact that we use other people as a way of disconnecting from ourselves, right? Like our focus on perhaps helping people. We're beginning to see the selfishness even in that, because we're really doing it. It's a way of running from ourselves. And I did this for a really long time, so I really understand this, and I still do to some extent. I can own up to that. You know, if I was focused on helping but everybody else solved their problems, I didn't have to deal with my own. Right? And so for some people, it's like something like that is becoming more clear. For some people, it's those repressed fears and anxieties coming to the surface. For some people, I'm definitely feeling abandonment issues coming up for people right now. The energy of emotional unavailability is coming up. So for some people, it's an understanding of where you are too invested or not invested enough emotionally. Because a lot of people, we fall into different ends of the spectrum, right? All right, let's get a little bit more energy here. So a lot of this feels internal to me. This is an internal journey that each of us is going on, where these truths that we need to understand about ourselves are becoming more clear to us. But we're getting an opportunity to release this, to let this go. Remember, we are coming up on that full moon. Full moons are great for releasing energy. And then we're going into eclipse season. We're going to have October 14th is the solar eclipse, and that is going to be in the United States, what we call a ring of fire eclipse, which means that the sun will completely block out the moon and you'll just see the ring around the outside of the moon, which is really cool. And then we're going to have a lunar eclipse on the, let me see here, the 28th. And so the solar eclipse is going to be in Libra and the lunar eclipse is going to be in Taurus. So Libras and Tauruses, buckle up, as well as opposing signs there, fixed signs, cardinal signs. Eclipse season is going to be pretty intense. But we get another opportunity, right, especially with that last eclipse, that Taurus eclipse, the lunar eclipse, to release on a massive scale. All right, so like all of this stuff is coming up within us because Spirit's wanting to assist us in releasing it once and for all. Some people may be feeling especially moody as we move through this next week, as we move into this full moon in Aries. So just be aware of that. Just you probably are aware of it. So by that, I mean, like, just go with it, just flow with it, just allow it, you know. We're building towards an Aries moon too, all right? So it's also that energy, especially with Chiron opposing Mars and everything that we talked about with that 18-degree point. Just try not to bite anyone's head off. You know what I mean? That's really the best advice I can give for all of us is like, we want to express our truth as it's being revealed to us in the appropriate time, but also in the appropriate manner. So just knowing when that is. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune also in reverse here. So we got a lot of cards in reverse. This is all about challenges and external forces. Things outside of our control, karmic lessons, turning points. This is definitely a turning point in terms of like what is being revealed to us as far as the things within us that need to heal, the areas where we could stand to grow emotionally, right? Grow, period. This is like the circumstances that for some people are the catalyst that brings up these emotions, these feelings. And then the experience of and the awareness itself is meant to be a turning point for many of us. All right. If we have been stagnant, it's meant to push us. If we've been unwilling to look at something or address something, it's bringing it to the forefront. Because we've been hanging on. In the middle of all these cards that just fell out, we have the Hanged Man. I believe this is reversed as well. resisting surrender. Okay, where we've been in an energy of resistance. Let me see. Let me look through these cards. We have the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Cups. Hanged Man in reverse. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, so I feel like somebody's been caught in this this push-pull kind of an energy here. Where it's like part of you really wants to stay and fight for something. And part of you is just exhausted because you feel like you've been fighting for so long. And you're just ready to let go. You're ready to move on. It's like a half and half, like a very ambivalent kind of an energy. Part of you is really invested and really wants to continue to stand your ground, to fight for whatever this is. This belief system, this perspective, this job, this relationship, this whatever, right? And the other half of you is like, it's just, I'm running on empty here. I have nothing left to give. I don't have the more, like this is not serving me. I want out. Right? This is very much like a shit or get off the pot kind of an energy here that some of us are coming up to with some aspect of our lives. So what do? Do you fight or do you walk away? That's the question. And a lot of people, it's like, I feel like for quite a few of us, we have so much on our plates right now that it's just, and I think, like we said, remember when I was talking about when you're constantly helping people, it allows you to run from yourself, to run from your own problems. I feel like there are quite a few of us who we've been unable to make the decisions that we need to make, right? We've been resisting looking at something, addressing, acknowledging something. This is an emotional truth, most likely. And so we've been overcommitting ourselves and overbooking ourselves as a way to keep ourselves distracted. So we have an excuse not to address the thing that really needs to be addressed or do the thing that really needs to be done. It's like the elephant in the room, right? We're too busy to look at the elephant and look at and address the elephant in the room. And it's just like whatever we're doing, Spirit's saying like we could be doing much better, but we're too scattered, we're too overcommitted, and we need to narrow it down. This is for my overworker, definitely for my overworkers. Spirit's saying like take some time to chill. Honestly, like to put it plainly, take some time to relax, spend time with friends and family, take a vacation maybe. If you've been working really, really hard at something, like say you're in school, you've just really been perfecting a gift or a skill or a talent, Spirit's saying like you have had some successes and you haven't taken the time to celebrate those. So stop and celebrate those as well. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm feeling here from the cards that we have out on the table right now. Yeah, it's all about, and remember, we're in Libra season right now, which is very much about balance. Really just like discerning between these things. What's worth fighting for and what do I need to let go? Because there's too much on my plate right now and we need to make a decision. All right? And if you don't know what to do right now, spend some time with family and friends. Maybe allow them to give you some perspective. It's like, I feel like there's a message here for some of us, like, if you get invited out to a function, like a social event, something like that, you're going to automatically say to yourself, I'm too busy for that. I don't have the bandwidth for that. I don't have the time, the energy. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to yourself in that situation. All right. Go out and do that thing, because like that's going to be a much needed break. And there's something beneficial that's going to come out of that. Whether it's like, this is Mercury in Cancer, right? So whether this is deep conversation, healing conversations, whether this is like a reunion or a reconnection of some kind. Especially for some people, if you felt distanced from friends and family, just like it's going to feel good. It's going to be really healing for you, and it's going to give you like an extra boost or bolster that your energy really needs right now. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles. You are enough. Stand up for what you deserve, working too hard or for free. So this is the inverse of 9 of Pentacles. Undervaluing yourself, self-worth. Yeah, for somebody, this definitely brings up energy of, say, if you've been volunteering your time or your services, Spirit's saying it's time to start getting paid. Like there is an energy, right, when you're first getting your foot in the door in certain senses, where like sometimes you have to, you have to earn your spot, right? Sometimes there's a certain way that we do things in this society, right? In the society that we're shifting, we're breaking down, right? We're breaking the mold with. So keep that in mind. Where you're expected to intern, you're expected to do this, you're expected to give your free time and energy in order to prove yourself, right? In order to gain the experience, which is an outdated mode, right? Honestly. But that is sort of the framework. And I think that some of us take this, but somebody's being taken advantage of here. And it's time for you to speak up for what you deserve, is the short and long of that. What I'm also feeling is some of us, and the example that I'm being drawn to give on this is like, a lot of people, when they're first starting out, perhaps doing energy work or something like that. I know when I first started out with Reiki, it was all donation based. And I definitely allowed for the donations because I wanted to allow for that exchange of energy. And for me, it was just that I undercharged for a really long time because I didn't know my worth. And I didn't really feel confident that what I had value. And I honestly felt guilty charging too much because I wanted everyone to have access to the services. Like, everybody should be able to be healthy in mind, body, and spirit, right? That is a basic human right in my mind, and in the mind of most people who might don the badge or the label of healers, whatever that means, right? Assisting people in reconnecting with their own divinity and their own self-healer. That's really what a healer is, right? But it's this energy of like feeling bad charging money, which was a reflection also of, like we said, my own value. Over time, I realized a lot of things, too many things to get into on here. But one of the things that I realized was it wasn't wrong to charge for my time, because our time is one thing we give away that we can never get back. All right. Our time is so incredibly valuable. And yes, I realized that the services that I was offering, I was seeing people's lives change, seeing people evolve and grow and become more free. And it was so beautiful. And I started to realize and really respect the value of what I was offering. All right, that was part of it. The other part was, like I said, realizing the value of my time and how important that was. And it's like, as my own value grew, I adjusted things, and I'm still in this process of adjustment, right? Because I do like being affordable, you know, to an extent. I don't think overprice my services, but, and if you're interested in what those are, check out my website, and my emails in the description box below. But that's another example of that, right? Like if you're starting out in a field, or say you just learned Reiki or some sort of healing discipline, and you're afraid to ask for money for your services, right? So you're just doing it for free, and you're noticing that people are starting to take advantage of that, or it's just draining on you, you know, going along with this example, because we started with this with the energy work, right? People don't think about also what it entails when you're not like what you're doing when you are offering a service like that to people. It's not just what you're doing in that hour that you are in, that half hour, whatever it is that you're in that session with that client. You have to maintain your energy on a daily basis. All right. There's a lot of self-care that goes into being able to do that, to ensure that you are not passing on any of your own inversions, infringements, entities, even just like funky energies to your clients, right? Keeping your vessel clear. There's all this stuff that goes into the session besides just the literal energetic connection with the client. And the energetic connection itself can be draining, right? We have to make sure we're really clearing ourselves, not just before, but also after, that we're not attaching. There's so much that goes into that people don't think about. And you put all that work into something, you deserve to have a fair exchange of energy. All right. And in any aspect of our lives right now, this is coming up for each of us in a different way. It may not be related to work or career. All right. This may be related to relationships. Okay. Whatever, there's some aspect in most of our lives right now where we're being asked to look at where it is that we are undervaluing ourselves, where it is that we are accepting less than what we deserve, and having that with this Aries, this bold Aries energy, having the courage to ask for what we deserve, to stand up for that. We're not just going to be given it right now, because that we're not learning anything from that. All right. And this is all about growth and learning. Clear. We have to be the ones to demand it. Then we have the Death card popping up and the Hermit on the bottom of the deck as I'm trying to close here. This is internal change, right? Remember we talked about the internal nature of this. Death in reverse, internal change, clearing and purging, transformation, metamorphosis, regeneration. And the Hermit, spiritual mastery. Yeah, so really powerful, deep shifts and changes for each and every single one of us right now. And this Hermit, of course, being the Virgo card. Death, Scorpio energy here. And under that, we have the Tower, a reckoning. All right. That's Uranus and Mars energy right there. And then I love this, the nine of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles right in a row here, both upright. All right. So this is the hard work we put in is paying off. All right, but there are powerful revelations. Pay attention to what's coming up for you. Pay attention to the Devil card was in there as I was flipping through. Like we said, throwing back to the beginning of this reading, pay attention to what is being revealed to you around your own shortcomings, your own traumas and wounds, right? Your own self-destructive patterns, emotional indulgence. And that indulgence goes either way, right? It's either overindulging in our emotions or trying to run from them and shut them off completely. Right? All of this, everything that's coming up right now is coming up for a reason so that we can understand it, so that we can bring it into our awareness. Clear. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. The plan is, of course, to get a full moon in Aries video out for you guys. But I think we really did a good job clear tapping into, I love that, making progress, waxing moon. Tapping into these energies. We got a really great overview, I think, with this reading right here. All right. I will talk to you all very soon. Love you.